Okay, so why is Sarah D on here, the black sheep of her family? And believe me, my dad used to joke. We knew he was joking. That's how some people are. It was more dry than my mum. She was more serious. But I said I would open up a little bit about myself. So quickly, I will tell you that my dad did say it jokingly to me that we have pirates. I don't know if I'll get banned for saying that word. It's nothing bad. We have pirates on my mum's side. We have all sorts of people on mum's side. We have I don't know if I can say illegitimate children. We have children that are suspected that lords have had with. We have secret stepmoms, which were a scandal back in the 1940s and 50s and 60s, especially in our family. My mum's family originated from London, also at the outskirts. Moved up when she was nearly 10. She's always gravitated back towards London. I don't know how many family members of ours live in London. My dad was always from Sheffield. My mum's family moved up to Sheffield, so my leg's going to be dead. So here we go. And basically, that's where they met in Sheffield in a time where there was acid rain. My dad never dyed his hair. In fact, Richard and myself, my brother, I think the only people who ever dyed our hair, despite my mum's mum having quite good hair colour. Anyway, yeah, my dad remembers a time when he had black running down his face from his natural hair colour. So that's how they met. And where I'm concerned, I'm one of the family that's not the surgeon. I'm not some famous ballet. We have high expectations on our shoulders, especially on my mum's side. My dad's side, a bit more, I shouldn't say bygone, but my dad's side are a bit more down to earth. They're Yorkshire. They're pure and bred Yorkshire. My mum's side is not. My granddad kept my mum's family, from what my mum told me, it sounded like he kept them poor, but they were well spoken and they almost seemed like poor aristocrats. It was really strange. Like I had high expectations on my shoulders, and so did my brother to some extent. We were expected to succeed. My family in America have done really well over there. My brother has done better in the last decade than ever, and I am the black sheep. So there you go. I have let the family down. That's me. So anyway, I've got health problems. We are not expected to have injuries or health problems of any sort in our family. We're expected to just say we'll overcome them and overcome them like, as if words are magic. It doesn't work that way in the real world. I have broken the mold. I'm very different to my family. They did not accept me being poor and having health problems, which was very, very difficult. They have come to terms. Most of them don't even know I've got them, I suppose, really. But I think they've always struggled, and my children have adopted that mindset a little bit. Where my husband's concerned, he does not like being on here. He does like my mum. He gets on with my mum. Sometimes I think my husband is my mum's husband, but she has a partner. She's happy with him. My dad was more like me. And looking at the photos, yes, I do tend to like dark eyed, green or brown eyes, olive skin usually, though my husband's pale skinned, like Snow White, I used to say, although he's got a little bit more tanned over the years, and dark hair. And I guess they say daughters and their fathers, maybe it's that, maybe not, maybe the psychology of it there is supposed to be true. One of my sons tends to go for girlfriends that are similar to me. The other one, we've all noticed it, there's some similarity somewhere. The other one goes somewhere they couldn't be more the opposite. My brother is my oldest son Daniel is like my brother and my mum's side. My second oldest son Hayden is like myself and my father. My father had a really good job, and my mum had a job as well. She didn't go back to work until I was 11, or was my brother 11? I think I was 11. I went to secondary school because it was easier. She was bringing us up, and that was it. My dad needed to go back, so she went back. She didn't have the job that she pushed herself more than my dad, but she didn't get the pay that my dad got. He got a very professional pay. He did really well. He used to take people to court and stuff like that. He wasn't a lawyer, but just as important, if not more. My dad was like the office counsellor. But my dad was always the jokey, eccentric one. So we are eccentric in our family, and I think I am the most eccentric. With that, I have brought the boys up to break the mold from my upbringing that's different. My brother has only probably broken the mold. He's a little bit eccentric, but not as much as me. I don't think he realises it, but he's only broken the mold of our upbringing recently, I think, with things in his life that have changed in recent years. But he's very typical of his upbringing. I was until I was about 21, 22. I mean, I'm a typical therapy person, guys. I've had a lot of sessions of groups and therapy. Yes, I've needed it. I have struggled in my adult life. I've had a colourful adult life. Yes, I have. But we think that with the health problems I've got, we think that they are on my mum's side, a lot of them, one or two on my dad's side, but they didn't speak of things like that. So I'll never properly know. My dad's side passed away long ago, sadly. I still miss them. My mum's side, by the way, I think there is French on my dad's side. We can't find anyone in England on my dad's side past my great granddad Mouldy Cliff, which I met and knew him up until the age of 4 or 5. I vaguely remember him. Mouldy Cliff is derived from the name Mouldy Cleave, which is a French name. So we think they came over here. We know centuries ago there were a lot of French people in our family. So anyway, probably people I don't know about. My mum said, like I said, they're all sort of a bit crazy people, like also having affairs and running away in the Victorian era from the husbands to people in the circus. There's somebody in our family in the circus. They're just absolutely mad as hatters, pirates, everything, like I said, on my mum's side, and hidden secrets on my mum's side. So there we go. It was all a bit like that. They're very highly intelligent. My uncle, well, I don't want to go into the job of my cousin and my uncle, but they have got one of the best jobs you can have in America. And over here, there are more of us over here, but I'm going to have to. So with me, I am the more eccentric one. I embraced myself, and I've really become true to myself since I've hit my early 40s, I'd say. I started in my 30s, I became true to myself for the first time ever, early to mid 30s, probably no to 35. And then I've gone on a bit more and progressed, and I've got more eccentric as I've got older, more batty as I've got older. It was frowned upon in the 70s and the 80s. If you were different, it was like, why were you different? Nobody saw it as a good thing. It's like everybody had to be the same, and if you were different, you stood out and people would notice you. It wasn't understood like it is now. It wasn't embraced like it is now. You got to think that it's difficult. It's been difficult for me to accept that. And my parents put that on me. Look, you should be this way, you should be that way, especially my mum. My dad was more laid back. A lot more laid back. So high expectations there, like I said. Everybody was like it. It's all we knew. Imagine the way you live your life as the norm now is wrong in the future. Everything you do as norm is wrong. That's what it's like for the old generations. I can't imagine how it is for people of my mum's age, husband's age, my mum's age, and all that sort of thing. So I've only been true to myself in recent years. It's only been really accepted. My mum told me I shouldn't be dressing up when I was younger. She's laid back now, but as I've got older, look at cosplay. I've always loved dressing up. I can't help it. I'll never be a jeans and t-shirt person. I don't know why. There's something up here. Like I said, I think there's something on my mum's side. I think, yes, my son is on the spectrum. He's like my mum. I think my uncle and my granddad and my mum all have signs of being on the spectrum, even my brother and myself. So it does seem to come from there. They didn't have a good relationship with each other, not because there's anything bad, because I think they were on the spectrum and they couldn't reach out to each other in the way that, well, everybody's on the spectrum to say, but I think they were slightly further down, not much, but slightly. My granddad wasn't happy to see, he wasn't unhappy to see us at Christmas, but if we got presents, it wasn't like huggy and sweet and loving. First thing he wanted to do was take them apart and see how they worked. That's all he wanted to do. He was always in his shed, but he was very gentle, he was sort of loving in his own way. And that's all anybody can ask of anybody else. They manage to we all do things in our own way. And this goes back to my video, I think last week, about diversity. We all expect each other to love and do things the same way. We don't. So with that, it is difficult to be accepted. My husband is similar in the way that he thinks outside the box. My sons are glad that I brought them up that way. I'm not the straight-laced, I'm not the typical straight-laced, almost 49-year-old. I'm never going to be. I don't want to be. It's my nature. So I can't help being me. I don't know any other way. Does anybody else feel the same? But my family don't understand me always, and even my husband, I think it just irritates him, to be honest. So I'm just me. I'm a lone soldier. I hope I can say that word. In this world, just walking my own path.